Hello, goodbye, and hello again, and welcome to Nebula Realms. Now, I don't normally do this sort of thing, but I might in the future. But we are going to take a tour of some of the Halloween stuff that's going on in Nebula Realms right now, since it's about to go away. This is me in my costume, and let's just start by let me enter first person mode here. Let's start by taking a good look at the Nexus. They've got these, nice witches' cauldrons with, hold on, I think I can move the camera up, with like eyeballs and, skulls and stuff and tentacles coming out of it, which is nice. And there's these ghosts everywhere in the air. Yeah, that's one of the first things you'll notice if you bother to look up, is ghosts and skulls and other spooky things. Mostly ghosts and skulls floating in the air. There's pumpkins everywhere, which is always nice to see. Can't have Halloween without pumpkins. Well, I guess you can if you're allergic to pumpkins. Blood splatters on the ground in Nexus. Quite a bold choice, if you ask me, to just have straight up, blood splats and gore. And of course, there's the coffins, which is awesome. Did they put anything special up here? Trying to remember if there's anything up here. It doesn't look like it. Okay, that's normal. That's the way the Nexus normally looks. And yeah, they released a skeleton surfboard. I think that's been around longer than Halloween, but it's very Halloween-y. And tombstones with different things written on them. I mean, they put some thought in this, and I honestly hope that all of these items are eventually released for use in your own apartments, because I was decorating for Halloween. I did a Halloween event with diamonds and platinums, and it was kind of hard to find enough things that were Halloween-y to decorate my space with. Since I did not buy Cutteridge, I am boycotting Cutteridge because it is a sad, pathetic shell of what it used to be on home. But yeah, and like, some of this stuff would go a long way to making it more spooky. I mean, look at all these limbs sticking out of the ground. Like look at the size of this leg, right? This is not a normal sized leg. Some sort of giant is buried underneath the Nexus right now, and I'm smelling his foot as we speak. So yeah, oh, that's just the stone, the shadow from the Stone Lake logo, which for some reason has physical space. Is this the one that says home on it? No, it doesn't. Okay. And, the ghosts circle around the Nexus statue. I don't know if the statue has a specific name or not. As you can see there, let me zoom in a little bit. There's an axe that's lodged in there, and he has a pumpkin head. He has a jack-o'-lantern for a head, which was a nice little touch. Yeah, so overall, I mean, like, I've seen a few different seasonal things, in Nebula Realms, and this is, of course, my favorite. But I'm biased because Halloween is my favorite thing. Bit of a headless scarecrow there. The unknown grave for the unknown sim. Good old Kovac, rest in peace, I suppose. And here we go. And this was something that like popped up pretty much right away when Nexus launched. There was a Halloween event going on, I think, at that time, or maybe I'm misremembering, but I just remember one of the first things I saw on Nebula, or maybe on their Facebook page, was the gravestone for Home, which was from 2008 to 2015, and PlayStation Home was my home away from home. I spent more time in PlayStation Home during that time period than I think I did in the real world. So, it was kind of a big deal when it went away. And yeah, it's nice that they're memorializing it here. I wish that Nebula was more like home, but hey, the occasional blood-splattered axe sticking out of the wall. And, you'll see a lot of people in costumes. People come up with some pretty decent costumes. I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me as being, more of a outstanding Halloween costume right now. But, I mean, there's, of course, going to be people dressed up like sexy witches or whatever. But there's some pretty decent Halloween items. let me go ahead and cut on over to the ghost town so I can show you that part of the world, since that's going away soon too. You know, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Oh boy, so Ghost Town seems to be out of order. Thanks, Nexus. Thanks, Nebula. Thanks for waiting until the very day that I decided to do this video to go ahead and keep me from getting into Ghost Town. That's just absolutely swell. I don't know if this is a glitch or if they've already taken the space away and they just haven't changed the Nexus to reflect that. But the portal's not there. So, the space isn't there. Like, you try to enter there, and, okay, so this may end up, in fact, also being a glitch video. That's all I've done for Nexus so far. I'm sorry, I keep saying Nexus. Nexus is the space. Nebula is the program. That's all I've done for Nebula so far, because I'm just a magnet for disaster. You know me. If you've seen my videos, something almost always goes wrong. I also love how, time is flimsy and bendable in Nebula. Like if you teleport to a place and then you teleport there again, it shifts from night to day, and that may or may not be intentional. And sometimes, this used to happen to me all the time when I would try to go places. Like, I tried to go in the bowling alley, and it would bump me back to the Nexus, and it would be night and day, So we can get another look at some costumes here. She's going for the whole, Dark Temptress look, I suppose. And, oh, here's one. Somebody's wearing the pumpkin outfit, and, oh, they've got extra arms. Okay, that's cool. That must be new, because I have not seen that before. They've got, arms bursting out of their shoulders there. That's cool. I want to get that. That's an item that I'm going to save up for. Yeah, this video is going to be shorter than I intended it to be, guys, because I thought I had a whole nother space to explore. Yeah, some nice, makeup, and the scythe is always a good choice there. This was actually given away as one of the freebies from the shirt. His hoodie there was from the Halloween space. And I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the things in the shop. Alright, so did they add any new locomotions? I don't imagine that they did. Oh, they did! They did add a new one. So there's a broom now, and there's a red balloon. That's cool. That's good. I'm glad that they're adding in some more stuff. I wish I had seen these before I bought my surfboard, or received my surfboard as a gift, rather, for participating in an event. This is the one that I got. I don't know if these are obviously I don't know if the balloon's supposed to be a reference to Pennywise or what, but yeah. So in the housing, oh, there's actually the night room. That's new. Is this it is a monster thing. There's some pretty nice furniture items here, actually. I wish that it would let me go up and examine those individually, but looks like some coffin shelves and evil paintings and raven crosses and all that. See, if they had released this stuff in time for me to do my Halloween event, I would have bought it. Okay, we can get a better look at some of these things. A nice skull-shaped bottle. A cursed rose in glass. Very Beauty and the Beast. I like it. This is kind of just year-round something cool that I would want in my space. So yeah, these are already, this category has some of the best furniture items that are on the market currently. Take that comment as you will. Also very good year-round. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, the Cutteridge Estate, obviously the biggest thing that came out for Halloween this year in terms of scale. Cutteridge, again, was a haunted house on home where You could do a bunch of different mini games. I think you had to like buy an expansion pack to get all of the mini games, but you could control the weather to like 5 different kinds of weather, crazy weather, and there were ghosts everywhere, and really atmospheric, like great skybox in the original Cutteridge. And there was a portal to another dimension, and that eventually completing a minigame there gave you an alternate version of the space. And then for about 20 gems here, which is pretty expensive for what you get, Cutteridge is just kind of what you're seeing here. It's a house. It's a haunted house, but the hauntings are rare and very simple and kind of cheap looking compared to the original, which had like ghosts running around everywhere and crazy killers. And yeah, the atmosphere is gone. Yeah, there's none of the like, you know, atmospheric stuff in the air. The skybox is lame. I'm not a huge fan of Cutteridge. I'm not trying to knock the people making it. I understand that when you're, you know, porting stuff over, that's tough. But just I was not impressed by it. Yeah, the Halloween Feast has these are hold on. One of these bundles in particular has items that I have not seen individually, and it's the Cutteridge Estate one. A little bit of a glitch there. Sometimes it shows page 2 as page 1. These are some nice antique items that, you know, I feel like I would suggest these items more than I would suggest Cutteridge itself at this stage. Maybe they'll add more to it later. I really hope so. In particular, the Necronomicopedia is a nice touch, and the Potbelly Stove. You know, I want to get that one individually. For furniture items, there's some things that were from PlayStation Home, like the Wolf Tombstone and the Vampire Bat statue that used to do things in home. Like you would plant that in your home, and you'd click on it, and it would make you walk funny. You know, make you walk like a like a zombie or werewolf or whatever. Jellied Brains, the Haunted Organ, which is something that I bought because that's really cool. Some gravestones. You know, I bought the Gargoyle as well. That was one of the Witch's Cauldron, because those are quite nice. And the Witch's Cauldron is animated because it has bubbles coming out of it, which is a rarity on Nebula. Some coffins, the Sinister Sideboard, which actually has all of the food items, like the Sanguine Punch and the Zombie Pasta, you know, and the Tentacle Cocktails. It has all of those built into it. So I didn't buy those small items. I just bought the big item. You know, Haunted Merry-Go-Round, Bat Belfry, which I've not bought, but looks like it has animated bats around it. A few different variations on the Scary Pumpkin theme. Skull Goblet, which looks like a goblet I actually have in the real world. That's about it for Cutteridge. So yeah, on to companions, because there is, you know, there's the hand. It's Thing. You know, it's Thing. You know what to expect from Thing. And really, I think these were around since before Halloween, but there's a Spooky Pets bundle that comes with all of those Spooky Pets. You know, it's all the ones that are currently available other than the hand. The Ghost Girl and the White Ghost at the bottom in the center were pets that I had on home and quite enjoy. I also had, I think, a costume of the Spectre. What is his name? His name is, find him on here. There's Ghostly Girl. There's the Tentacle. Looking for. There's Mini Boob. That's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for. Here we go. Phantom. And the Phantom, he has a few different things that he can do. He has his candle sometimes. He's cool. I like Phantom. And then, yeah, let's look at clothing. So, there's actually a few different, you know, Monster Party 2018 things. Like, there's a new one that came out just now, apparently. But back in the day, back in, like, last year, and I think it actually technically launched with some Halloween stuff, because Nebula was actually down for, like, months. And so we missed the first Halloween, but I think the original Monster Party, you know, we'll just take a quick glimpse. I'll take a quick glimpse at some of the things that were available through here. And the previews are not showing up for the bundles. Okay. Uh, just, I'll show you in general. You know, some zombie shirts, like a hole through the stomach, which was one we had on home, or something similar at least. There was a gold body, which is essentially nude. I mean, that's the closest that you can get to, you know, having a nude avatar on Nebula, and people have used it as such. But, you know, you get kind of the idea there. We're going to focus mostly on the new content here, which should actually render the bundles as something that we can view, and it isn't. Okay, that feature is currently down, folks. Show the male first, since the men rarely get showed off. Just some ghost boots there. There's a giant syringe and a bloody doctor's cage, which I think the women don't get this case. I know that they have the bloodstained bone saw and the syringe, but I don't think they get the bag of doctor's tools, and I don't know why that is. Same thing for the other hand. So one of the themes here, and it would look better if you could actually see the previews in the bundles, but this is Beetlejuice. There's a Beetlejuice kit that's like, you know, the mischievous ghost set, and it's Beetlejuice. And there's of course a dark spell book, and this is a larger version on the men's avatar than on the female avatar because it's just on the leg. And I like this version more, and I wish the women's avatar had that version as well. Coffin backpack, some different masks. Nice to see that the male avatars get some of the more, you know, I guess you'd say effeminate items as well, because that was something that was kind of lacking on Home for most of its run. You know, Phantom of the Opera mask. There's a butterfly mask. Oops. There's these devil masks. Which remind me of a movie, and I can't remember which one. They're calling this the Zani mask. Not sure what is up with that one. I'm sure it's a reference to something. And there's this, which is kind of a gold, you know, half mask, similar to the Phantom of the Opera mask, but a little bit different. And a bloody doctor's mask. Now, elsewhere in the shop, there's a doctor's mask that is not bloody, if you'd prefer that. All that guys got for hair for Halloween from this set was a shaved head pumpkin thing. Not really my scene. They got the doctor's headband and the Dark Lord crown, which both genders have. Now let's look at the women's. Kind of like, they get more variety in shoe wear. Nothing too outstanding in terms of spookiness when it comes to these, but I guess if you're looking for something that looks a little bit beat up, again, year-round, could be useful. And, you know, these are meant to be a part of... Oh, that's going straight through the ground. Great preview there. You know, and of course the doll heals. Now, I really wish that it would let me... oops. I really wish that it would let me show you the full preview at once so I could show you what I'm talking about. But with the dark doll, which is these, you know, this here, plus this here, plus, where's the hair? There's the hair. Plus this here, you see where I'm getting at? It's Wednesday Addams. It's adult, okay, that doesn't show well in my costume. It's adult Wednesday Addams. Or you could even call it sexy Wednesday Addams if you really want to be creepy about it, because it's like, you know, when you've got the skirt up, it's kind of revealing, I guess. And you know, it's everybody's copyright canceled, everybody's favorite copyright canceled YouTube series, Adult Wednesday Addams. We miss you, Wednesday. Yeah, so the women get the saw and the needle as well, which goes well with their evil nurse thing. Women can also dress up as Beetlejuice, and like I said, there's the Dark Doll kit. I don't know why they chose that name. Their spellbook is on the leg, because women are objectified more, I suppose, and they think, oh, everything has to be sexy on the female avatars. So they went with something that might be considered, you know, it's like a garter or whatever, with like the spellbook on it. And it's too small. I feel this is too small for a spell book. It's supposed to be this big, intimidating tome, right? We can actually get a better look at the top here. I'm sorry for the scarf. That's part of my costume. but you can kind of see that, you know, it's the Beetlejuice shirt. It is in fact the shirt from that movie. You know, legally distinct, of course, for copyright reasons. Kind of an evil nurse outfit. You know, here's another look at the. This is just the full body version of the other outfit without the separate skirt. It's okay. It's kind of generic. And then the women's masks, and these are the same as the men's masks. I can show you. It's gonna be kind of partially interfered with by my hoodie, but you know, kind of good detail on the horns. It's actually a nice mask, and I'm sorry for my clown mask poking through. That's underneath my plague mask. And yeah, that's the only hairstyle for the women, but it's still better than the one that men got. And there's this nurse's cap. You know, can't have a nurse outfit without a nurse cap, despite the fact that nurses haven't worn those in ages. So this is the crown. Again, kind of blocked by my costume. But you know, if you look around at other people's Halloween videos, and I encourage you to definitely do that, you will see plenty of that. Plenty of that of the crown, rather. You'll see the crown in other people's videos. Once again, going to attempt to. Nope. No, previews are off the menu for the duration of this video, apparently, in the bundles. I've not seen this set before. Some nice pumpkin suit shoes. You know, kind of pointy. Those could work for elf shoes in Christmas time. And zombie student white shoes. Yeah, the chainsaw. The chainsaw is definitely awesome, and I'm going to get this at some point. I sincerely hope, and it probably won't be, but I sincerely hope that this attaches to the wrist. This is not a device that should be carried like a normal person would carry a chainsaw. It should be attached to the wrist, because Evil Dead. And I'll be disappointed if it doesn't do that. Bloodstained handsaw. Don't think there's anything different in that hand. There's skeletal hands, which are basically a glove, and that's what they look like when they're on your character. And then you know, some pumpkin striped trousers. You see a lot of people wearing the pumpkin outfit like all together, and I feel that's a bit loud all together when you wear all the components together. Some bloody pants. This is kind of, I'm calling it skeletal trousers. I guess it's supposed to be like Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas, but Jack Skellington. But yeah, I'm not overly impressed by those pants. Honestly, they're just kind of texture slapped onto pre-existing models. Here's the pumpkin suit vest that goes along with the pumpkin pants. See what I'm talking about being too loud. And yeah, you know, the zombie student thing together looks pretty decent if you're going for a zombie look. And there's there's Jack's shirt. Yeah, so these masks are pretty strange. I'm not really sure what they were going with for these three masks. The women have it too. And then there's this mask, which makes me think oh, the show about the hackers. I'm terrible with names, and I haven't seen it in a while. It's just brown, but it's definitely making me think that it's evoking what's the frickin' show called? I apologize, folks. It's not coming to me. So yeah, you can have your head taken off, and I will show this on the female model, but and anything that you're wearing, like hairstyles or head accessories, I think those all still show up. The hair might not, but a lot of the accessories do. There's a little beanie, a knit cap with a creepy bat on it that says creepy. And I really wish that they would just release some shorts with creepy on the butt, because I'm a fan of Night Vale. Skeletal necklace, kind of a bow tie to go with the Jack Skellington outfit, and the bloody doctor thing there. The face paint, the Jack's face paint. Alright, let's look at the women's so we can actually get a better look at some of these items because my avatar is female. And once again, really wish that there was some way to not have the shoes poke through the floor if they've got any high heel aspect to them in the store preview. Maybe they'll work on that in the future. Unfortunately, handheld items cannot be previewed. All you get is the icon. The skeletal hands I can show you up close on. No, I can't actually because my costume includes full hand coverage, but you know, you can kind of, you get the idea. It just gives you white hands with little black lines on them. Some weird like cut skirts that are just the schoolgirl skirt. Hopefully it's not revealing too much of my avatar. I assume we're wearing underwear under there. I've not gone poking around in there. You can see the skeletal trousers. They're just kind of striped. Poking through my boots because collision detection is a big issue on Nebula. These shouldn't poke through my shoes too much. You can see the bright orange and black stripes and the little pumpkins on the butt. I didn't notice that last time. That's actually kind of cute. I like that. That's alright. I have no problem with that. And then there's a bit of a spiderweb bikini. I apologize for my character's creepy skin. It is Halloween after all. And you can't see much of my creepy skin in my outfit normally. In this Halloween outfit normally. But you certainly can when I go and I take my pants off. Yeah, so moving on to shirts. So this is the pumpkin suit vest. Same as the male one. It's a little bit much for my taste. You know, this is, again, going to be largely what you would expect in that department. Now, these are just such a odd choice. They could have gone with so many other ways of doing this. Why do people always try to, like, sex up their zombie outfits? Who gets off to the living dead? That's not what it's supposed to be about. Zombies shouldn't be sexy. This nice spider bikini top, it's pretty decent. You know, it's pretty simple, but it's pretty decent. And then a coffin backpack. It's a nice little, you know, coffin backpack with tiny little straps that hide away in most clothing. There's a skeletal swimsuit that for some reason is labeled M, as in male, and yet it is on the female avatar. So I think that's a bit of a typo there. And you know, it's just kind of a onesie with a skeleton pattern on it, and I kind of like that. That's cool. I might buy that at some point. There's the infernal swimsuit, and again, parts of it are blocked by my scarf. The scarf was a bad idea in hindsight. It doesn't add much to the costume. It's just a little extra something to add on there. But yeah, there's a pentagram inside of the chest area. I don't know the proper term for a split in it like that. We can get a better look at these masks. Now, I'm a big fan of masks, as you might have noticed from my character's icon, my YouTube channel's character icon of Sevens, and he wears a mask. But these, like the X's over the eyes, are nice and all, but you can still see your eyes through them. And honestly, I think this mask would have been better without the eye holes. And the stitching is kind of a bit overdone. It's kind of large. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then the Mad Smile mask. See how it says F there next to it? The other one said M, and that was a mistake. So, yeah, if you want to look like... If you want to go for some kind of, like, creepy devil, I guess it's just supposed to be a devil. And the beheaded won't actually load the preview. Sorry about that. Some of the full head things, it doesn't have to render all that, I guess. This isn't going to show up well. You can just use your imagination and see what that's like. So the necklaces, these also don't preview. There's also these, to go with the Squirrel Girl outfit, there's this tie, zombie tie. I don't think the men got that, which is disappointing for them. Skeletal face paint isn't going to show up either, but you know what you see is what you get, right? And there are bundles for each of these things, as I've shown. Yeah. So, you know, the third set for 2018, you know, stuff. What kind of bundles they got? Mad Butcher bundle, Lycanthrope fur bundle, Leopard fur bundle, and Tiger fur bundle. Okay, I hadn't seen those yet. I'm not seeing anything here yet. A fairly standard bloody butcher knife, one for each hand if you prefer to dual wield. Some bloody gloves, and those are actually better than the other spooky gloves, I feel, because that's yeah, here we go. All right, now we're talking. Yeah, Mad Butcher apron. Now, if we could just get some sort of triangular helmet to go with these, then I would be a very happy camper and use my male avatar more often than I do. Mad Butcher's mask, again, it's just the doctor's mask, but it's black and bloody, and this is nice. Okay, that's one of the better items in the Halloween lineup for this year. These Corn Reaper face things and the Scarecrow mask, I approve of these. Those are good. Those are high quality. Oh yeah, these are expensive. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have by that I just mean I'm gonna have to save up. But these are cool. I like these. Demonic poison arms. Demonic ice arms. They're elemental arms. There's some pink bear. It's like a polar bear, but it's pink. Extra arms. Regular polar bear. Some brown bear arms. I'm just gonna wear this kind of stuff year round, you guys. I'm just gonna have 4 arms from now on. Demonic lava arms, and they do move around. I was impressed that they're not just like static, because they very well could have been, and nobody would have complained if they were just dangling off your character. Everything that, like almost every pair of shoes for women seem to be high heels, which doesn't really make a whole lot of like functional sense in a virtual world where it does not in fact accentuate your calves. So some like, you know, animal feet for your, I guess, furry cosplaying. I don't know. Lycanthrope paws, you know, werewolf feet. Again, we can't really see what the bundle looks like, so we're just gonna have to go by. Yeah, again, I mean, like, would have been nice to have some full body Lycanthrope gear, because then your legs are still sticking out. And if you want to be like a gray wolf, I guess you just have to color your skin gray, because that'll look nice. And these are just bikini tops. Come on, Nebula. Snap out of it. I know that sex sells, but this is just like, I don't know. I'm not into like fetish wear in my virtual worlds. I'm not knocking your yum. I'm just saying it's not my scene, and I would rather have had a full body female werewolf outfit. Some wristbands, which do not, you know, register in the preview system, because they come as 2 items. When you buy a wristband, you don't buy a left wristband and a right wristband. Same with watches, you get both. You get the left and the right things. Wristbands, watches, bracelets, etc. Because it's a head, it won't render, but it's the same as the male ones. Yeah, some more animal ears, as if we didn't have enough of these already. Again, these aren't going to show up well on my costume. This is pretty nice. People will use, okay, it's not rendering well on my costume, but people will use this sort of thing in just like a wedding costume. You know, I mean, it's supposed to be a Halloween item for some reason. There's also just a normal veil, and some black roses for your head, for your hair, which is nice. That's, again, kind of a year-round cool thing to have if you're into the whole goth scene, which I don't try to, but most of my clothing ends up looking kind of gothy in these games. I was really hoping these would render on the preview, but they don't. They're the same as the men. The girls also get these little collars because, again, a whole lot of stuff like that on Nebula. Some nice face paint here. It's trying to load a preview, but no, it's not. Okay, I don't know why it took so long to load then. Some wings coming out of your eyes. Some more face paint. This is a butterfly one. That's just one butterfly coming out of your eyeball. Some spider webs eyeliner and a kind of creepy cartoon face paint. And that looks to be everything. All right. Hold on, I'll go ahead and pull my pet out. Okay, yeah, I bought Frank to go with my Halloween stuff. You've seen him previously doing the wiggle. Do the wiggle, Frank. There we go. And he's just kind of vaguely Halloween-y, and I'm a huge Donnie Darko nerd, thus him being named Frank. So yeah, you know, this has been the Halloween content. Oh, there's eyeballs in there too. This has been the Halloween content for Nebula Realms for 2018. Let me go ahead and whip out my favorite new dance. Yeah, you can kind of do kind of a zombie walk and the thriller, you know, because that's fun. That was a nice addition. All right, thank you for joining me, folks. Oh, I forgot zombie walk. I absolutely have to show you zombie walk. Hopefully, there it is. So you do this kind of, you know, and you can kind of see my mouth dangles open. You can see my teeth in there, which for some reason are black, and my tongue is for some reason black as well. Not sure what's going on there. But you can kind of like, and these signs are up and they'll go away eventually. And I think they should just release this as a locomotion eventually, which are animation sets for you walking around. Yeah, you can do the zombie walk. You can do the zombie walk. And that'll do it for you know, Halloween 2018. Thank you for joining me.